everybody, Korn here. Welcome to episode 4 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Today, to start off, we'll be getting a garden, then we'll mine for a little while, and then we'll collect some animals. And right back there behind me, I can see a pig peeking up, so I have a feeling that's going to go pretty well. First thing we need to do is start collecting seeds. And I need to stick to my little thing I said several videos ago where I said I would not run around. I cannot sprint into unloaded chunks, or my audio is going to get ridiculously choppy. So I just have to walk everywhere. There's some berries. I better just pick these up, because if I don't, then I will end up walking into them. And I don't know if I'll start farming pumpkins yet. I think we might just stick with wheat for a while. But we can always get the pumpkins later. They're not just gonna disappear. So we can focus on wheat for now. I don't know how I forgot this earlier, but I can't collect pigs yet because I don't have any carrots or potatoes. And it's really a shame because there are so many pigs around here. I could do a lot with that, but they'll just have to be wild for a while now. Well, boys, we have our 12 seeds, so now we can head inside and make a hoe, and then we'll find somewhere good to plant our starter garden. Now, I've always been the kind of person who gets a little, I don't know, stingy? I don't know if that'd be the right word for this, but I always try and use all my resources to the fullest. If I have like 6 items to smelt, you better believe I am not smelting them until I have 2 more. Probably most of you know that 8 is like the limit. How many items one piece of coal or charcoal can smelt. So I always wait until I have it's like something divisible by 8 before I put anything in a furnace. And I do something similar with farms. Whenever I make like larger farms, I'll have 1 piece of water in the middle and then 4 out on all sides, and I'll make it from there. It's pretty simple. That's what I do every single time. Yeah, this should be within my simulation chunks. My simulation chunks are turned up higher than my render distance, just because it'd be a pain if I could only simulate for like 5 chunks in every direction. I think it's up to 9 or something like that. But anyway, now that we have that farm, and while we wait for it to grow, I should be able to do a little bit of mining. We do a little mining. Time to mine our first iron of the season. Oh, we got 2. Aw, that's a scam. Only 2? There's hardly... Well, we could make a sword. But I've always been the kind to make a pickaxe before a sword. Okay, sorry if I lost the train of thought. my parents just got home from some shopping trip, so I had to let my dad have the basement back. And the audio may be a little echoey in here because my room has a lot more hard surfaces in the basement. And there goes my last pickaxe. So we might as well go up and check on the garden. I don't know if it will have grown that much because it's only been like 5 minutes. And I don't actually know the time it takes for plants to grow. I've never recorded that before. Okay, well I better sleep actually. That's a better first plan. And I forgot about this, but I thought of this earlier. I can stick these extra doors right on the mine so that we don't have to look at it all the time. That looks far better. And another thing I thought of is that I don't have an actual floor in here yet. And that is something every good house needs. So I'll just stick in some planks, I think, because there's a lot of cobblestone going on with the walls, and nobody likes cold feet. Or maybe I won't put in planks? Oh no, never mind, there's my logs. I did not see those. I was like, did I seriously use up all of my wood last time? But no, I'm good. And, you know, with doing the garden today, it made me think of, like, gardening in real life. I had a garden last summer, and it was pretty fun, but it definitely takes, up a lot of time, because if you want, well, at least for me, if I wanted to do any weeding and watering and all that, I wanted to do it before the sun came up. And I was getting up at like 6 every morning to go outside and and weed my garden. And one of the funnier things about that is I don't get up at 6 for school. There's nothing else that I would regularly get up at 6 for. But gardening? Heck yeah. Like, there's just some indescribable sense of accomplishment with gardening. I feel like I'm doing something with my time. And I stuck with gardening pretty well for a while, until things like county fair and state fair started happening, because I am in a 4-H club, so I get real busy around those times. It's not fun. So I really slacked off a bit, and then when I finally got back to the garden, the weeds were horrible. Like, when I say weeds, people think of, like, lamb's quarter and bachelor button and all those fancy names. But really the worst thing is grass. Because you pull it up and you fling it out into nowhere, and then it just sets down roots wherever it lands. It's really hard. It's harder to get rid of than you would think, honestly. I'll actually get sheep. I never saw the sense I never saw much sense, at least, in sheep farming until I saw somebody use beds to mine netherite, and that seemed really smart to me. I've never done anything to mine netherite before. As I've said before, I haven't beat the Ender Dragon. My worlds usually just stay in the overworld, just messing around, not even making big builds, just playing Minecraft and then getting bored and stopping for a long time. But I definitely plan to do a lot more than I normally do on this world. So I'll make my way back to the house, even though I'm a tiny bit lost. There's not much you can. It's kind of hard to get lost in this world, or at least in this little chunk of area. See, the house is right over there. I know where I am. And now there's cows in the trees. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I can use those shears I got to make a little... shear. I already spoiled my plans. I was gonna use the iron I got after I smelt it. Oh wait, I have 6 iron. Okay, that wasn't the first iron of the series. I'm just an idiot. But after I get 2 more, I can smelt those and then make a carpet. So that I can do that fancy trick with the fences that all the Minecraft YouTubers do. I don't even have a fence yet. I need to clear out an area to stick the animals once I actually get a fence. And I might actually use a cobblestone wall for my fence, just because 1, I like the look of them a lot, and 2, I have more extra cobblestone than I do extra wood. Although that will probably change after I clear out this area. Anyway, back on the topic of gardening. In my garden, I really only grew 3 things, and I only planted 1 of them. Everything else was volunteer. I only planted radishes because I love radishes. Radishes, chef's kiss. I love them. They're the perfect amount of spicy and somehow juicy, and I love that they have the perfect crunch to them. They're one of my favorite snacking foods. So radishes, amazing. Although I did learn something due to I was getting lazy about pulling them out of the ground, and due to that I learned that the longer radishes are left in the ground, the spicier they get. And that spiciness does not fade quickly. It sticks around in your mouth and stings. It stings bad. I'm piling up the cobblestone pretty quick, aren't I? Oh well. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Yeah. And the other 2 things I grew in the garden were potatoes and tomatoes. Both of which I mentioned earlier, they were both volunteer. The potatoes, most of them ended up not getting harvested because you don't harvest potatoes until the plant part dies. Like, you wait for that to die down, and then you just dig up where you planted the potatoes, and you dig the roots out of the ground. But I ended up losing the potatoes where they had. I lost the area they had been at. But yeah, that worked. I did actually get some, just not many. Oh, I have to touch the wooden pickaxe. Only for a second though. Then we're done with it. I need to make a new stone pickaxe so I don't have to do that again. And I will also stick the wooden one in the chest. Just to make certain that I don't have to make contact with it. But I don't think I really learned anything interesting about potatoes, but tomatoes are ridiculously resilient. Like the plants, they hang around for so long. There was snow on the ground, and those plants were still producing. They were still putting out little green, like they were cherry tomatoes, all the plants were. But there was snow on the ground, and those things were still putting out little brand new green plants. Well, not plants, but little fruits. And they just keep going. They do not stop. It's impressive. If only I had that kind of motivation. And I did not bother to make any more fencing, but I can just stick some sheep in here if I ever attract some. But for now, I should head back to bed, and then I'll rant about my teachers, because come on, man. Come on, man. Why? The plants are coming along nicely. Anyway, we can watch the sunset. All the way until it touches that little line on the horizon. I'll even zoom in to make sure it's perfect. Bedtime. Okay. Boom. I know I'm probably upsetting someone by sleeping with the door open, because other people upset me when they sleep with the door open. So yeah. Oh. Yep. But I said I'd rant about teachers. And really, it's just one specific teacher. And she is my least favorite teacher. Which is why I'm ranting about her, obviously. The worst thing, so she's our English teacher. And I actually like English. I love to read. I could do it all day. I was doing it all day until I decided to do something with myself and make a YouTube channel. But yeah, I could happily spend all my time reading. But I do not like this English teacher. And the worst thing is that we are required, so in my grade, we're required to take the English class. Makes sense. We're required to take a semester of speech class as well. And guess whose speech class is with? The hated teacher. And she doesn't give us any remorse, any breaks. We got two speech assignments. Well, no, one speech assignment and 2 English assignments. All assigned on Wednesday. Not even on Monday, on Wednesday. And they were all due today. My saving grace was that she was gone for the speech period. She just wasn't in the room. We came in there and there was a sub, and then we played Pictionary on the board the whole class. We played Pictionary, so I didn't end up having to do my speech, which is good because I have not had any time to practice it. So I'll be able to practice that later if I ever decide to do that, at least. So I'll be able to practice it, and then it will be nice and smooth. And I also won't forget my visual aid, because I forgot that. I forgot that today, and I was panicking. Because I only realized it the period before we have to do the speeches. And I texted my mom. I was like, "Mom, you need to bring me my visual aid. I forgot it." She's like, "We're not even at home right now. We're in town." And so that was even worse. And then I pull into class, and the teacher's just gone. So that'll be great. I can practice my speech now, and I'll have everything I need for it. It'll be amazing. Doesn't look like any of my stuff is about to grow. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to be too short for this tree, aren't I? Oh, that was perfect. Okay, never mind. Maybe I should be more pessimistic, and then good things will happen. I think I've accomplished everything I needed to do today, and I'm probably a little over 20 minutes. I had to stop my recording a little while ago to move areas. So I don't know what time I'm at. It says 16 minutes, but that's just 16 minutes since I cut off. And I really need to get off because the laptop is now low battery. I hope I edit this well, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you come along for the next one. Bye!